originally Facebook really weighted live video and you got a lot of views. That slowed down slightly. It's still very important. And I think it's important to remember that even if you don't have an audience immediately during the live broadcast, that people will see it after that. You'll get more of an audience maybe even after the live broadcast and the replays and people's feeds. I think what businesses can do is show a more personal human side to the business and get the information out there that they want, get the marketing that they want to put about themselves out, and totally be in control of the message. And you don't want to sell or market to someone. You want to get a relationship with someone and kind of do the selling and the marketing through that. So video gets a great opportunity to get in front of someone. It seems one-on-one, even though it's not, but you kind of feel like you know the person when you're watching them on video and actually seeing them and hearing them talk. I think that makes a stronger connection from the client or customer than just reading text. So really, you're going to humanize yourself and get the person to like you or your brand more, and you can be selling to them kind of indirectly at that point.
And of course, I guess I can't help but ask about the Astros because since he's living here in Houston, um, what can many businesses or entrepreneurs learn from how the Astros got to where they're at right now? As because of course, like how you documented earlier, they basically had to rebuild from scratch when they moved to the American League. And for the non-baseball fans that might not understand this, you know, can you like elaborate deeper into what we're talking about in some ways?
Sure. I mean, when the Astros were sold, players left. A lot of players retired. You had the killer bees, Biggio and Bagwell, in retirement at that point. So you lost a lot of the heart and soul of the team. It was a brand new, younger team. But what they smartly did is they used analytics to look at the players. It's kind of that Moneyball philosophy you hear about in the movie Moneyball, where they looked at analytics of what they needed at the players out there, and they picked the players that could help them and work together and really nurtured them and let them learn and grow together. And once that chemistry really took hold and they had smartly drafted all those players, well, then look where you are now. So I think any business should say, nothing is immediate. You've got to take time to grow your business. Got to use analytics and measurements to kind of figure out what you need to do, what works, what doesn't work. And if you're hiring, look for people with specific skills that maybe are younger and kind of have some smarts and talent that you can help nurture and mature into what you want to eventually see your goal being and achieving that goal. So I think any business can learn a lesson from the Astros, definitely in that sense. Nothing is immediate. Work hard and do it smartly, though. You really got to have an ultimate strategy, and clearly they had a strategy laid out because they're at the World Series again.
And I guess in a lot of ways too, it's like it's the same way like like when you build in like your social media presence, you really got to like be patient and be consistent in putting out the right kind of content for your audience per se.
Sure, I think social media is a daily struggle. You always have to think about it. You always have to have new content out there that's relevant and interesting to your audience, and have an eye out for more followers. What can I do today that will get me more followers tomorrow? It's something that you always have to be thinking about and always tweeting. I think I probably tweet and put stuff on Facebook literally every single day. If I miss a day, it's probably because I'm sick or extremely busy. I mean, even on vacation, I sometimes put out stuff on social media. So it's a constant thing. You can never let up, basically, if you want to have a successful social media presence. And I have to
Awesome.
admit, I kind of
And
learned that from working in TV, because TV every day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 24 hours, it's 7 days a week. You're always putting content out there, and I think having that training is perfect for social media, quite honestly.
okay, now I gotta ask you this question here. because I know because many are saying that Twitter is dead, and but the fact of the matter is that many are not seeing the value of it because, like, say if they want to get the media, media attention, like entrepreneurs, many are not realizing that a lot of journalists are on Twitter. So, can you share with us about why that is the case and why people should embrace Twitter or try to build that friendship, strong friendship with journalists?
Well, I can uh, totally agree with you on that because obviously I have a large percentage of my audience are members of the media. Where do I have the most followers? On Twitter, because like you said, that's where they are. The reason they're on there is because Twitter is immediate. Twitter is a headline service. It really is perfect for delivering news. While Facebook is fun and it has more just pictures and kind of fluff and fun stuff to do. And of course, it does have news too, but it does have a lot of extra distractions that Twitter doesn't. Twitter, you can sort it and make your own lists. I can have certain people I'm following, certain news organizations I'm following, certain hashtags I'm following. For a journalist, that's extremely important. So it is a great way to get out in front of them because a lot of times they're driving in their cars. Someone else is driving them, like the photographer, and they're scanning the phone, looking at Twitter and Facebook, and largely Twitter, though, because that's the one that they're using the most. Really, you see most of the journalists almost using Twitter probably every day and not using Facebook as much.
Yeah, and it's real. Yeah, and I agree with you on that, and it's kind of cool to see, like, get to know them in a lot of ways too, and I could say, kind of getting a little trash talk in some sense, especially if it's like, Astros or Chicago Cubs with a few Houston area journalists here.
I actually have a Houston media feed, and on my Twitter, and you can even go to my blog and see it on there. There's a page with that Twitter feed. That's fascinating to watch during games, during the World Series or football games, because you have all the sports journalists chiming in every second with different plays, different information, stats, all kinds of information that really add to the game. And being that I'm following media people in Houston, if you're watching the Astros or Texans or Rockets, it's perfect. It's like another channel that you're watching with a game for a ton of information. I'm not a big sports guy, really. But if I was at a party watching my own Houston media Twitter feed, I could look like a sports expert because I could just see what they're putting on there, all the sports people in town.
Yeah, all right. So now I gotta ask you, who in your mind is is really good at Twitter and really social media in general? It could be media people or outside media people as well.
Well, I can tell you several names come to mind in the Houston media that I can think of. Some of the most popular, Dominique Saxa and Jennifer Rainier, they're really two of the top people. Dominique Saxa she has a YouTube channel now, even where she is offering makeup tips because as a TV anchor, she's been doing makeup for 20 years on herself and has learned a lot about makeup. She has a ton of subscribers. I mean, last time I looked, it's probably around 50 to 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. And this isn't just Channel 2 viewers in Houston. This is all over the world, apparently. She's gotten this massive following just by doing this. So, I mean, that's pretty smart to be able to have one successful career in TV and then having a totally separate career in YouTube. I think John McClain of the Houston Chronicle is excellent at using Twitter to break news, and Mark Berman of Fox 26. I'm thinking because of the Astros tonight World Series, those two come to mind especially. They're great at breaking news on Twitter for John McClain, really in the football world, and Mark Berman kind of in everything because he covers everything. So you want to see the latest trades or quotes, they're going to have video on Twitter of players talking in the locker room. You really want an up to date, up to the second experience. Those two guys on Twitter are pretty amazing.